Hello, this is Dominic Lloyd for Paphos Life. We have just published our virtual tour of Paphos Archaeological Park, and I have put together this film to show you how to use it. There are over 400 locations to explore, and it has taken us a long time to assemble, so I thought it made sense to show you how to get the best out of it. This page is the central hub for all our features and articles on the park. At the top we have some quick link buttons which are useful for when you return to the page at a later date. But for your first time, click the Get Started button to take you to the introduction. The introduction gives you a bit of general information and includes a map of the area. If you look at the map, you will see it is divided into 4 areas: Castle End, Central Area, Lighthouse End and the Mall End. These correspond to the menu sections in the tour, which you'll see in a moment. Below that, there are links to the films and articles we have produced on the park. You can follow them in order if you haven't yet seen them. They aren't essential for the tour, but you'll hopefully find them interesting. And at the bottom of that, you have a link to the virtual tour itself. So let's dive in. Okay, on this page you can see a window containing the tour itself, followed by some basic help text. At the very least you should read that before starting the tour, alternatively watch this film to the end. And speaking of the film, there's a link to it here too, as well as you can also see the map that we showed you earlier, and you can enter Facebook comments if that's your thing. Before we start the tour, just a quick word about the coffee link. This tour has taken us a long time to produce. We started making it back in October, and while it has been great fun to make, it has also been quite expensive to host. Normally we would sponsor content like this with advertising, but at the moment our advertisers have got quite enough on their plate, so we are turning it over to you. If you enjoy the tour, please consider clicking the coffee link and buying us a coffee or some souvlaki, whatever, it's up to you. All donations are greatly appreciated, and the more money we get, the more content we can produce in future. Now, on with the show. The most important thing to know about is the full screen button. Click that and we can experience a tour like it's supposed to be seen. That's better. And I'll zoom out a bit there. I think I've zoomed in without realising. You will notice that the picture starts off blurry and gradually gets clearer. Now, most of the pictures on this tour were taken with our standard 360 camera, and it's great as it means we can take pictures as we walk around. However, it doesn't have the best resolution. As we enter the House of Eon, you can see that the mosaics aren't that well defined. So for the indoor part, we reshot the scene with our new 360 camera. This produces a much better image. It does require a tripod though, so it's not suitable for 3,000 odd pictures. You can see the difference though, can't you? Lovely. Note also the hotspots. We have added these points of interest to explain what some of the attractions are. They basically reproduce what the signs say. Here we click on the beauty contest. As you can see, you get a picture of the scene plus an explanation. There is also a link which refers you back to one of our blogs on the park, which will have more information about this scene than the rest of them. Let's go to Trumpelos. We shall use the menu, but as we do so, keep an eye on the map to the right here. The map is fairly small and a bit of a work in progress for the developers of the virtual tour software we're using. However, it's good for giving you an idea where you are if you go for a virtual wander and get lost. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a menu with 4 icons. We've already used the full screen icon. If you click on the icon to the left, the tour goes into theatre mode. I'll just do that briefly. As you can see, it's moving ever so slowly on its own, and it'll then swap to different images. But that's about it. This icon next to that is toggles the map on and off, which is useful if you've got a small screen. And the final icon here is if you want to share it to Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. And there's another smaller menu up here with the English and Cypriot flags, and that controls the language of the menus. At the moment it doesn't control the language you saw in those dialogue boxes with the pictures, but hopefully I'll work out how to do that as well, because it'd be nice if we could get everything in Greek as well. And that's basically how the system works. Click on these arrows and it takes you around. Use the menu, and you can, if you like, small maps, navigate that way too. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the virtual tour. If you do, please consider clicking that coffee button and sending us a few euros. It will help pay for the hosting costs and provide funding for future content. And stay safe. It's a scary world out there at the moment, so stay in and go for a wander around the Archaeological Park.